Hi, I'm Vanessa. I have a store in Manhattan on Madison Avenue called Blacker and Kuby. And today I'm going to demonstrate how to stuff, insert, seal, and get your wedding invitation ready to mail. We do a lot of wedding printing in our store, and oftentimes when customers go home and they're ready to mail out their wedding invitations, they call me up and they say, "How do I do it?" So it's very hard to describe over the phone. Let's do it together. That will be better. What I have in front of me right now is a full wedding ensemble. I have an outer envelope with beautiful hand calligraphy that's addressed to a guest. It has the address of the people sending it out on the back flap. I have an inner envelope. Not all wedding invitations have inner envelopes these days, but the more traditional ones do. And an inner envelope doesn't have glue on it, but on the front there is calligraphy and it says Mr. and Mrs. with the last name of the guest. I have a beautiful engraved wedding invitation. This one happens to be a stiff, heavy, flat card. It could be a folder invitation too. You insert them the same way. I have a piece of tissue paper. Tissue paper is quite controversial because they used to use tissue paper way back when they used oil-based inks to do wedding invitations, and they would always lay a piece on and then they'd do the next invitation, and the purpose of it was to keep the wedding invitations clean so the ink didn't rub off. Now it's just become a tradition. I tend to like it. I think it makes the wedding package look more precious, but you can use it or not. I have a response set here. It has an envelope that's pre-addressed back to the bride and groom or to the bride's parents. And there's a response set that you're going to want your guests to fill out, so it's 2 pieces. I have a direction card. This one happens to be on the larger side, and I'll tell you why that's important later. And then I have a makeshift reception card, because oftentimes wedding receptions and ceremonies can be on the same invitation, but sometimes you actually have a separate reception card. So that's the full package. I also have in front of me some stamps, and I caution everybody to be careful about postage. It's gotten very tricky. And I have some tools that we use to actually seal the wedding invitation set. So we'll talk about that when I seal it. So that's the basic ensemble. Let's do it together. So let's start. You have your invitation, and you take it. And you take the piece of tissue paper and you lie it right on top if you're using it. You take your response set, which is 2 pieces. You do not put the card inside the envelope, you just nest it. You put the lip of the envelope over it so people know that they have something they need to do. An important step would be to take a stamp and put it on because you don't want to leave off your postage. I like to flip it around and put it like this. And the rule of thumb when you're stuffing wedding invitations is you generally put everything on top of the invitation. There are a couple exceptions just for visual reasons, but I'll explain that. Here I have a direction card and it's on the large side. The rule of thumb is that you tend to hide the businessy things. If my direction card fit in between, I would put it right there, but it doesn't. So in this case, I'm actually going to take it and stick it behind. Then if you have a reception card, you lay it right on top. Again, you're showing the more nice elements and you're hiding the more businessy things like the direction card or the response set. You take your package, it's ready to be stuffed, and you take your inner envelope, you lie it down flat. It's easier to insert it when it's flat on the table, and you stick the whole package inside. If this were your outer envelope, you would seal it and you would put stamps and you'd be done. But for us, this is our inner envelope. So we close it. Inner envelopes don't have glue. You flip it around so the calligraphy is facing out. You take your outer envelope and you stick the whole package face forward like this into your outer envelope. So, and what you do is you put your stamp right on the outside. Make sure you have enough postage. I can't tell you how important that is. And then you take your wedding invitation that's fully inserted, stuffed, and posted, and you take, there's 3 ways you can seal these really that I know. One, you could just lick it, and actually that's a very efficient way. Just a lot of people don't like to lick 200 envelopes. You can take these 2 tools. One of them is actually glue, and when you take that, the good part about it is it's easy for you to use. You just put a little bit of glue on the whole lip like that, and you push it down. The bad side about using the glue stick is that when people get your wedding invitations, they often rip them apart because the glue is so, it sticks so hard that they have a hard time just opening it a little bit more gingerly. The other tool is a little container that you put water in, and it has a sponge on the tip. We have both of these at our store, and you just put a little bit of water. You don't overflood. If you overflood, you're doing yourself a disservice. And you put a little bit of water here and here. Because wedding invitations, the envelopes often are made from low tack glue, you need to pause a minute after you wet the edge of the envelope to let the glue seal break. You take it, you close it, and you apply pressure like this. And when we're doing 200 pieces, we take a set of index cards and we put an index card here, and we do the next one, and we lay the next invitation down the same way. And I usually take something that has some weight to it, like a phone book, and stick it on top of the stack as I'm working, just because I want a little bit of pressure as the stack is drying. When you're done and all your invitations are inserted and sealed and have stamps on them, I strongly recommend that you take them to the post office. You go to the special services window and you ask for them to be hand canceled. Hand canceling is a whole other subject. We can do another video on that. But basically what it does is it makes your invitations arrive more intact to your guests, which is what we want. So there's a slight fee for it for over 50 pieces, but I think it's a small fee and it's well worth it. Congratulations on your wedding. Come see us at Blacker & Kuby on Madison Avenue in Manhattan, or visit us online at www.blackerandkuby.com. The link will be posted underneath the video. We do place cards, we do menus, we do programs, and we do so much more. Thank you.